Alright, I'm back. I still have no idea what to do. I've got two thoughts. Firstly, we need to do something here to protect ourselves before we stick the rod into slot B and then go through to zombies. The second thought is I've got to do something in this room perhaps, but I'm not sure what. I assume our goal is to reach this door based on those zombies in the room underneath us, but I don't know how. Yeah, this room is labelled 3.
And
the entrance room is labelled 6. And the room with the door is 7.
And it.
What do I do though? I mean, I'll just say right now, nothing is jumping out at me here.
There's no reason to use the Ritter dagger on Gabriel here.
I should hope not, but was thinking maybe I could equip that, but it doesn't work with the zombies.
The flashlight couldn't make that any clearer. There's enough light without the flashlight at the moment.
I don't think that will work.
The flashlight.
How are we doing this? I'm very tempted to just look this up because, honestly, I did spend some time on the previous video on the end of it trying to do this.
That will not stop the mummy. The vines. The exit is.
And I couldn't figure it out there either.
Gabriel cannot. By the time Gabriel managed to get down that torch, it would be too late.
That's such a violent death. Yeah, we get the exit message there.
The exit is blocked, and there's no time to try to unblock it. The exit...
I just don't know what to do here. We've got to get past this zombie to the north because we couldn't go south. We ran into a dead end pretty much instantly. But he's attacking us the moment we try to get through the door.
Using the snake...
I don't want that thing on my wrist.
Yeah, but I don't want you dead, Gabriel. Alright, I'm going to look this up. I spent long enough at the start of this video and at the end of the previous video trying to figure this out. One sec. Yeah, okay. Once again, I've been hosed by the 8-button interface.
The vines are thick and tough. Taking them down would not be easy.
What about using them?
I can't believe I'm doing this.
Come on, game.
Oh!
Door's open.
Shit.
Oh, Wolfgang. Wait. So it's okay for you to pick up the torch, but we can't? Oh, that's a bit rubbish.
Gabriel Knight, I presume.
Uncle Wolfgang?
That's great, Uncle Wolfgang, to you, Gabriel.
In person. Now go to it, boy. I can't hold these creatures for very long, and there are more on the way.
Go to what?
The secret panel, boy. Those creatures are only alive while it's open. Close it, Gabriel, and hurry.
I assume it's on the right. And we activated it by putting the snake serpent thingamajig, snake rod, into the third room.
The long rod is shaped like a snake.
I think I got the description of that correct. We can't walk at the moment.
Gabriel cannot operate the mummy. That will not help Wolfgang.
Let's just have a look around here first.
Uncle Wolfgang cuts a dramatic figure in his long cape. He moves gracefully for a man in his 70s.
Gabriel, no!
Alright, there is a timer here. Alright, let's do that again. I just had to operate the vines. Oh,
I can't
God.
believe. Oh, shit.
That oh shit, though.
in person.
Go to what?
The secret panel, boy.
I can't express how much I hate that solution. I don't think we're going to get much else here.
Gabriel does not. That will not.
Yep, okay, let's just put this in here.
There's a small hole on the wall inside the secret passage.
It really wasn't a secret passage though, it was a door.
I think I found something.
Very good, Gabriel. Now stand back.
Gabriel's told to stand back and he doesn't move. We're inside.
Wow. The inner wheel.
Yes. Wheel within a wheel.
Are you okay? You don't look so hot.
I'm fine, Gabriel. The wheel. You dreamt it?
Yeah. And you?
He sounds like he's dying.
Yes. I must congratulate you on the Three Snakes connection. I had missed it. You will make a wonderful Schottenjäger.
Who? Me?
Yes. It is a long path, my boy. I myself have still the last of my 3 quests to meet. But let us see what is here. You have found the heart of the apple, but it might be poisoned still.
I'm sorry. I figured out a connection with 3 snakes? I mean, all I did is I just randomly went around plugging this rod into every hole until one of them responded. 3 snakes? I mean, we did see that painting, 3 snakes and a skull. Yeah, if that's related, I would not have got that. You mentioned 3 quests though. What are they about? Alright, so we're inside. Wolfgang is here. He seemed a bit ill as he came through here though. Mind you, he is an old man in his 70s apparently.
Thick vines hang from the ceiling in the inner wheel. This is the inner wheel of the snake mound. Though similar in appearance to the outer wheel, there's a sense of evil sanctity and secrecy about this room that is very different indeed.
The music doesn't make it seem very evil.
This torches light the inner wheel.
I'm salty about that torch. We couldn't take it, but he took it instantly.
Gabriel cannot take that. That doesn't seem to be removable.
What is up with that game?
The inner wheel is decorated with masked murals, similar to the ones that hid the secret passageway door.
And I'm guessing those don't lead out. The only way we saw inside here was the room marked 7.
The doorway leads to the secret passage, and from there back to the outer wheel.
Can I go that way?
I'm not opening that secret passage door again until I'm ready to leave the snake mound.
That's fair.
A mummy lies on the floor, apparently having fallen inanimate where it stood when the secret passage door closed.
We didn't see that happen though, that's just an assumption on our part.
Thick vine. This is the thick. This hands torch. The thick. This thick.
Alright, so let's have a chat to Wolfgang.
Uncle Wolfgang looks frail and shaken, but determined to make a good impression for Gabriel.
Can I operate him?
Uncle Wolfgang would not appreciate that. Uncle Wolf.
It's nice to finally have someone around who knows what the hell's going on.
I know, my boy. I know.
It's nice. Can we talk?
We probably have a little time here. Yes, all right.
There's his portrait. I don't know how similar that is to the portrait or the silhouette that we saw on the phone. Nice hair though.
What can you tell me about voodoo?
It sounds as though you have learned much during your investigation in New Orleans. Perhaps you will fill me in when we have a chance to sit down and talk.
We've heard that.
What do you know about the voodoo?
I know only what you have told me. They seem to be very similar to the killings in Gunther's journal.
Is it Gunther or Gunther? The H. I've seen both spellings in-game and the graphic novel used it without the H.
What can you tell me?
I don't know enough about it to offer you any advice, but be careful when you return there, Gabriel.
What can...
Is-
What do you...
I know only what you have told me.
What can...
I don't.
Do you know anything about snakes?
I have not studied the subject. I have an intense dislike for them.
Do you know...
And yes, we're in a snake mound right now.
What can you tell me about St. John's Eve?
I'm afraid I've never heard of it.
Do you know anything more about Cabri sans corps?
I know only what you've told me, that it refers to human sacrifice.
Do you...
I know only...
Do you know anything about Marie Laveau?
No, I'm afraid not.
Do you know...
No.
Are we going to get anything here?
Any ideas on where the Voodoo Hounfour in New Orleans might be?
Leider nicht. You will have to try to find it when you return to New Orleans. You must not go in alone, though. Even if we find the talisman, it will be quite a battle.
I don't know what leider nicht means.
Any idea?
Leider nicht.
Tell me more about animal masks.
I've already given you what limited knowledge I have on the subject.
It possibly means I don't know.
Do you know anything else about Veves?
I've already given you what...
Do you know anything more about Dambala?
No, my knowledge of the lower is fairly limited.
Do you know anything else about Ogun Badagri?
I'm afraid I can't tell you any more about that.
I think you said that previously as well.
Do you know...
So I definitely asked him about that wording. Tell me about Schuttenjägers, dude.
What can you tell me about Schattenjägers?
We have not the time to discuss that here. You have started the path. I can see it in your eyes. You must trust yourself and be true to your inner voice. The good voice, Gabriel. You know it when you hear it.
I was about to make a comment that I listen to the voices in my head all the time, and it doesn't end well most of the time, honestly.
What can you tell me?
We have not the good voice, Gabriel.
We need to listen to the good voices, not the bad voices, chat.
Do you know anything about Rada drums?
I don't know anything that could help you with that code, Gabriel.
It's alright, I have a book.
Tell me about yourself.
This is not the time nor the place, Gabriel. I'm sorry, but I assure you, my life has not been all that instructive.
That's kind of what Goethe said.
Tell me about you.
This is not...
Is there anything else you can tell me about Tetelo?
I can feel her presence here. I wouldn't be surprised if she knew we were violating her sanctum.
This must be where she's buried.
Is there anything else?
I can feel her presence.
Is there anything else you can tell me about the talisman?
The most important thing about the talisman is that it be once again in the hands of the Schattenjägers.
But wait, if Tesla was buried here, then that means the talisman must be here as well. And by must be, I mean maybe it's here, maybe it's not. Was it buried with her?
Is there anything else?
The most important thing...
Do you think Tetelo's remains are here?
I have a feeling that they are, Gabriel.
They weren't in New Orleans, and no other location has been suggested. So, yeah.
Do you think...
I have...
Doing that with the mural would not help. There is not doing that with the... Gabriel has had enough of those creatures operating. This is the thick vine. This, the inner wheel is the inner.
Can I do anything with those though?
Gabriel cannot doing that. Doing. Gabriel can doing. The inner wheel. The inner.
Alright, so what have we here?
This is this.
No, what are these?
This. On the wall is a rack containing 2 long iron bars.
The hotspot is a bit weird for that.
This on
Look at that table.
Yes, it is very old. There is a story being told through the carvings on the side.
Can you make it out?
Tribesman discovers a snake mound hidden in the jungle. He manages, after much time, to find the secret entrance to the inner wheel. In this room, he bows down to a small idol of some sort. The thing is radiating, like a sun. That explains the source of the Geddes' tribal power. They found this mound and the idol in it.
An idol.
Where the idol came from originally is hard to say, but it is definitely older than the Geddes. The idol was probably once kept in this table, but they would have it with them now. It must be destroyed.
So there was an idol in that table, and they've removed it.
What was the story on this table again?
Tribesman discovers a snake mound hidden in the jungle. He manages, after much time, to find the secret entrance to the inner wheel. In this room, he bows down to a small idol of some sort. The thing is radiating, like a sun.
We read a bit about that in the library back at Germany. About the sun religions. I wasn't paying too much attention to it though.
The table's lid fits heavily on the base. At the seams, there are 2 large holes on either side. On top of the lid is a trough.
What's that trough for?
I saw that. This is undoubtedly a sacrificial table. That trough is for a human heart.
Ew, that's sick.
There was a very long pause there.
The table's
Yeah, I can just make out 2 holes here on the left and right.
the ta-
Do I want to see what's inside?
Should we try this lid?
I suppose it wouldn't hurt. Sorry, I'm not more help, Gabriel. I don't think it would open so easily, though. Were we 10 strong men?
What about these bars?
What about these iron bars?
Good idea. Let me help you.
Perhaps these holes. There.
The lid will not open that way. Gabriel, the table is too heavy.
I'll try the second bar in a
The
moment.
lid, Gabriel, there is.
Let's get the other one.
I don't know why he is going over there to idle animation. You can just wait somewhere near the table, dude.
There.
He insists on moving back to that location.
This,
Okay, that hotspot's disappeared.
the table's lid fits heavily on the base. Both of the iron bars have been inserted into the holes in the tabletop.
Can we lift this now?
The bar fits in the tabletop. Gabriel does not want to put it back in the racks until he figures out what purpose it serves with the table.
No, I just want to try and open this lid.
The lid.
Let's try to lift this top.
There we go.
I know it's in there.
Yes, it is in there. I have not felt this powerful since, well, ever.
Why won't the damn lid come off?
What was that animation?
It is a sacrificial table. It can probably only be triggered by the proper use of that trough there, with a heart.
Oh, great. Where are we gonna get a heart?
Gabriel, you must take the talisman and be Schattenjäger. You performed the ritual and dreamt of the dragon, no?
Yes, I did. But you're the current Schattenjäger. I only did that because...
Because you were driven to it. I have done nothing with this title for many years. Even in my prime, I had few cases. No. If my life had a purpose, it was to bring you to this point.
But I have no idea what I'm doing.
Tell me about it.
It is not a science, Gabriel. It is instinct. And you have it in your blood. Trust it. The castle is yours now. It has many documents and records which will help you in the future.
Well, thanks for the confidence. But what about this table?
I want you to go into the next room and get a heart from that dead creature on the floor.
Will that work? Doesn't it need to be fresh?
Let us try. Perhaps there's some of the old Ritter magic left. Go on.
I don't like the sounds of any of that. It's a mummy. I'm not well versed in my mythological creatures or evil creatures, but I didn't think that mummies would have hearts. The way he was speaking there, though, implied that he's passing everything to us, and I guess it. He's a very old man.
Uncle Wolfgang looks frail.
What if we try...
Get the heart, Gabriel. Please. Get the heart.
Can we?
Not now, Gabriel. You must do as I asked, please.
Dude's either going to kill himself when we're off screen, or we're going to get the heart from this thing. I assume I need to use a knife for that. And the magic in here is going to make it such that when we hack open this thing, it's going to kill him. Either way, I think that's the last we're going to see of Wolfgang. The way he was talking there, the way he described the requests, that everything that was his is us now, he's going to kill himself.
Gabriel has had enough of those creatures operating.
And as per the graphic novel, I remember what Gunther wrote. We must be prepared to sacrifice all. Oh god, I've got a horrible feeling about this.
Great. My first job as Schattenjäger, cutting up dead monsters.
It probably doesn't even have a heart. Oh god. Jesus!
Wolfgang! No!
That's not a very convincing cry.
No!
Oh! That's horrible. He lifts the lid. The talisman.
You gonna pay for this, you bitch!
Why did he go to Africa, Gertie?
It's not time.
No, it's okay. I'm just a little anxious. No, they haven't. I just need to talk to Gabriel.
A nightmare. That was very abrupt, holy crap. Day 10. Deep in the earth, I faced a fight that I could never win. The blameless and the base destroyed, and all that might have been. Gabriel Knight. Yeah, I figured around day 5 or 6 or so that he was talking about himself. So clearly Gabriel survived his experience and he's writing about it here.
After arranging for the shipment of Wolfgang's body back to Rittersburg, Gabriel returns to New Orleans. He carries with him the Ritter talisman. He has not heard from Grace for over 24 hours, and he could not reach Malia by phone.
Why are you trying to contact
and
Malia?
Although he has some idea of what he's coming home to attempt, he still has no clue where to attempt it. Or does he?
Jackson Square. That was such an abrupt ending to that sequence, and the music in that sequence felt wildly out of place. Oh, so what happened? Wolfgang sacrificed himself. I assume it was a straight up sacrifice. It wasn't any kind of magic involved with us because we saw in that panel he ripped out his own heart and put it on the altar. Wolfgang's last words, I told you I was hardcore. Gabriel opened the lid, grabbed the talisman. We've got the talisman. I can't see it here though. And he yelled at Tesselo. I don't fully understand that if I'm being honest. I mean, it kind of makes sense that Tesselo is an ancient enemy of the family and maybe that's why he's saying this, but it seems like it might be a little bit early in his character arc to be saying, screw you Tesselo. I'd expect that to come later. Then after that, we saw a scene with Grace. She was talking to Gerda. I don't know how those two got in contact, other than just Grace calling the number on a whim. Gerda asked a question, and Grace's response was, no, they haven't. I assume something was asked along the lines of, are you being watched? Are you okay? And she responded with that. The door flew open, we didn't see what happened. Something invisible came through there, and I've got to imagine that's Tesselo. Something along those lines. Alright, final day, I think. Nothing here.
No one answers Gran's front door, but a note sticking from the mail slot bears Gabriel's name.
Oh god.
The note is from Gran and says that she's taken her short trip out of town on Grace's advice. Good old Grace.
Dang, Grace. That is incredibly thoughtful, and I do question... Well, actually, on day one, they were talking. We asked for messages, and Grace said, hey, I had a chat to your grandma. So that does make sense. No one here. I just want to see if I can get myself killed in any other ways before we go back to the bookstore.
It's time to stay in New Orleans and face the music.
Very cute. Music, New Orleans. Nothing's changed in here.
Gabriel,
His drawers haven't magically unlocked.
the door to Hartridge's office is locked.
Right, well if there was anything in there, we're not getting it. Why would Gabriel try to call Malia though? I mean, yes, I'm trying to do it here, but I'm an idiot. Gabriel's not.
Miss Geddy is unavailable, Mr. Knight.
Oh boy. Right.
The Dixieland drugstore is locked and barred tight.
Closed? Closed?
Posted on the door of the museum is a sign saying, closed until further notice.
Yeah, I assume this stuff all closed down because of the radar drum message saying warn.
A sign on the front door of Magentia's home reads, attending a channeling seminar until August 1st.
I'm not going to bother with Casino.
Gabriel's.
It's still there. It's been like 4 days and you haven't cleaned it up and no one's replaced it.
Could I have a...
You got
You must enjoy the...
unlike the
Man...
go.
Nah, there's nothing there. I'll load if I have to. Malia, are you in here? I'll take that as a no. It's curious that this is empty. This is where we found Mosley. And yet there's nothing in here.
Mosley's body is gone.
All of the other drawers have remains in them. What happened to the remains in that drawer? I mean, yes, it's not labelled. It's got the symbol of the Veve on there instead of a name. But all the same, I'm surprised there's nothing in there. Or if there was something in there, where did it go? You can do it, Gabriel. I believe in you. Am I going to get arrested the moment I come in here? Anything?
Officer Frick.
No. Well, let's not waste time there. I'll hold off here because I think that's where we need to go. Based on what we saw in the aircraft, yeah, there's nothing here. Let's go back to the bookstore. The shape of the Jackson Square, wheel within a wheel, that's got to be it.
Grace, I'm home. Grace? Oh no. Grace!
The chair is knocked over. Symbolism.
Grace's chair looks hastily abandoned.
Alright, for old time's sake.
Times Picayune, dated June 28, 1993. The Weather Service is baffled by the series of bizarre storms that rocked the South yesterday. 20 died and close to 100 were injured. The storms only accentuate the bad luck that seems to have gripped the South. The crime rate for the past 3 days has peaked to unprecedented levels. And there have been 50 reports of food poisoning in New Orleans alone.
What the hell did we do?
In other words, keep your head down, folks, and pray that August will return us to sanity. Warily, Gabriel reads his horoscope for the day. Gird thyself with mercy. Arm thyself with righteousness. The final hour awaits.
There's a school teacher somewhere who's damn confused.
Or an unpaid intern, perhaps. What is this?
There's a note on the desk. The book rack contains Grace.
I'll take the art supplies now that she's not here.
Gabriel wouldn't dare.
No. Alright, what have we got?
The note is from Malia. It says,
Gabriel, I hope you survive long enough to get this. Tetelo knows you have the talisman. Your life is worth nothing, my love. I fight to save you, but she controls things far more than I. She has taken Grace. Return the talisman and leave New Orleans forever. If you don't, I can't help you. Please. I can't bear to see you die. Please believe me. I love you. Malia.
I don't think that's an option, Malia.
Who's there? I have the talisman. Yeah? Good for you. I got a headache.
Mosley!
You? Don't come near me. You're dead. Oh, was that you at the tube? You should have said something. You mean you weren't dead, you son of a bitch?
Do I look dead? No, don't answer that. I was searching the tomb. When I heard someone coming, I broke the light and got in the drawer.
Why?
Sorry I brained you, but I thought you were one of them.
Christ, you about killed me.
Fair.
I said I was sorry. Besides, I owed you one for stealing my badge. If it makes you feel any better, I lost my wallet that day.
Your wallet. Ooh, I guess you're right. We are even.
Like I said. Anyway, we shouldn't stand out here and gab. Someone on the street might see us. Let's go in back and talk.
What were you doing in my bedroom, Mosley?
Okay. Now let's talk.
I wonder what would happen if we just came here to start with. Like if we didn't read that letter. Would it stop us? Just going to check that right quick. One sec. Can I go in here?
Who's there? I have the talisman.
Yeah? Good for
You? Oh, you mean you were...
Do I was searching...
Christ.
I said...
You're what?
Like I...
No real change other than we just get to read the letter first. Alright, so Mosley, how you doing?
Mosley looks nervous and tired. Mosley's probably not up for that.
So, what's up?
This is no time for chit-chat. Get serious.
All right, let's talk.
Let's go through the list again. We get some new stuff down here though.
What can you tell me about voodoo?
Well, you're the big expert now, not me. This stuff is way beyond anything I was looking into at the beginning of this case.
Yeah, hire me once you're done, dude.
What do you know about the voodoo murders?
Well, you and I know who did them, don't we? But we've got to prove it to somebody who'll listen.
What do you know?
Well, you...
What can you...
Well, you...
What can you tell me about New Orleans?
Time and place.
I'm too sentimental to say anything else about it.
Do you know anything about snakes?
The only thing I...
What can you tell me about...
Talking about that won't help at this point.
Do you have any idea?
Hell no. Is that French?
True enough.
A lot of these are the same.
Do you know anything about...
I told you, I don't know her.
Do you know anything about a secret Voodoo Hounfour?
You know where it is?
I have an idea.
Well, great. Let's talk about it when we make our plan.
The bottom options.
I believe you, Knight. Let's make a plan about it.
Do you know anything about animal masks?
Animal masks? You mean like those Halloween masks they sometimes use in robberies?
I don't think so.
Never...
Seen that.
Do you know anything about Veves?
I know what you told me about that Getty one. It's all I need to know.
Do you know...
I know what you told me.
I'm just trying to put the timeline together. So everything went down on day 6. Grace basically believed us at the start of day 7. Does Mosley know about this? Has he figured out what's going on in the past 4 days? Has Grace spoken to him perhaps?
Have you ever heard of Dambala?
You mean Gum?
No. Does the name Ogun Badakri mean anything to you?
Don't start with that again.
Sorry.
Wait, that was different.
Don't start with that again. I already got a headache.
Sorry.
He's got the headache due to the last couple of days.
Have you ever heard of a Schottenjäger?
Well, not since the last time you asked.
Do you know anything about...
Stop with the drum stuff, would you?
Alright, fine.
Tell me about yourself.
I'm scared shitless, that's all you need to know.
You know, mostly...
Don't even start with me, Knight. I've been through too much for you lately.
Yeah, you're right. Sorry.
And vice versa.
You know...
Don't even...
Yeah.
Alright, Grace.
What should we do about Grace?
Them voodoo people have taken her, the goddamn bastards. We have to find her and save her, and we can't count on the police department for any help.
Why not though? Are they on the take? Or have they just really got a grudge against Mosley?
What should we do about Grace?
I told you, we gotta find her. We sure ain't gonna help her by sitting around here.
Sure enough.
What should...
Yeah, let's do these two first. Fill me in. What happened the last 4 days?
So, fill me in on what you've been doing for the past 5 days.
5, whatever.
I've been getting smart, that's what. They got me running, I'll admit. But the day a bunch of drum-banging, mumbo-jumbo chanting magicians can catch old Lightfoot Mosley is the day I die.
Can't argue with that logic.
Now these guys have it wired, I tell you. From the mayor to a couple of major judges, right down to the beat cops.
There we go.
The Gettys are untouchable from that angle. But once I really start digging, it was like I could see clearly. These guys are into everything that happens in this city, and most people are scared shitless of them, or they don't know about them at all.
Okay.
Let me fill you in on what I've learned in the past 5 days.
Okay, have at it.
Well, Malia Getty is the head of the cartel. Dr. John is her right-hand man.
I learned that much. You sure know how to pick 'em, Knight.
Uh-huh. She's not really responsible, though, because during these ceremonies, she's ridden by the spirit of her ancestor, Tetelo.
You don't say.
It's true. Anyway, I have something, a talisman, that I can use against them. It'll help, but they probably still have a power source somewhere in their Hounfour.
The idol.
Also, this whole thing kind of ties in with my nightmares, see? And my family history. My family does this shadow hunting thing, and about 300 years ago...
Look, don't confuse me, okay? You worry about all that metaphysical stuff, and I'll just try and catch the bad guys.
Yeah, you'd never believe me anyway.
But it only makes sense in context, Mosley, honestly. Alright, let's make a plan.
Let's make a plan. What do you think we should do?
We need to find the headquarters of the Getty cartel, rescue Grace, and dig up some concrete evidence so that I can take this straight to the FBI.
Sounds easy.
Uh-huh. Do you have any idea where their headquarters might be?
Perhaps.
Well, you do seem to have a knack for sniffing out this voodoo stuff. Why don't you see if you can locate it for sure? Meanwhile, I've got some things I've got to do. I'll meet you there later.
How will you find it?
Damn, that's right. If only I had the tracker from my office.
Which we
I have
stole.
it. Really? Good going. You give it to me and leave a signal device at the entrance to the headquarters.
All right.
Need to leave the remaining tracker bug that we've got at the entrance.
What was that plan again?
Jeez. You're gonna go locate the headquarters. I'm gonna go get some supplies. You're gonna signal me when you found the headquarters. I'll meet you there. We go inside, find Grace, collect some evidence, and get out of there.
Oh, yeah, right.
And we give the evil voodoo people a supplies. Going directly to hell, chat.
What was that plan again?
Shit.
Oh, yeah.
Supplies, I gotta imagine that's guns and whatnot.
Here's the tracker.
Great. Don't forget to leave the signal device near the entrance to the Hounfour. And be careful.
And Mosley was likely never seen again.
You too.
We've got a plan though. Can I call Gerda?
There's no time for phone calls, and 911 can't help Gabriel now.
I mean, you can call them for emotional support perhaps, but I get it. They're not going to believe you. Alright, so before I leave here, I keep talking about this.
Gabriel has in his possession the Ritter family talisman. He'll never forget that it was regained only through Wolfgang's blood.
It's been missing for 300 years. Gunther effectively gave it to Tesla.
The talisman does not open. The talisman has no writing on it, only the emblems of the lion and the serpent.
Alright. Whoa.
Daddy's painting. I bet Grace bought it back from Bruno herself.
No way. I mean, Grace seems like a lovely person, but she also seems, I don't want to say poor, but she works here, we employ her. I can't imagine she'll do that. Was it in the cutscene? I'm not going to go back and check, but I'm curious to know if that was actually in the cutscene when Grace was on the phone to Gerda. I assume it was, otherwise it makes no sense whatsoever. I saw that as I was leaving, I'm like, what the hell?
Daddy's painting.
Gabriel can't lug the painting round.
3 snakes and a skull.
That doesn't work that way.
I assume that's the clue that you need to get into the Hounfour, although with me it's basically just trial and error because I've got no idea how to do the puzzles in this game. Alright, so let's check out Jackson Square first. But I strongly suspect I know where it is and how to get inside.
That jazz band is pretty good.
I don't know, I've never trusted jazz bands, chat. They could secretly be Voodoo cartel members. What about you?
It's one of the Rada drummers.
Old time's sake?
Gabriel, listen.
Hounfour. It has switched from warn to call another conclave to congregate at the Hounfour. Alright, so that's terrifying. It means that we're walking into the lion's den. Literally. It's going to be occupied. Just want to have a chat to the priest. Once again, any day now.
A meshed window. The confessional is in.
I'll give it a few more seconds. Alright, so was the priest in on us as well?
A meshed.
Nothing?
Could you just shoot me? Don't ask me, I'm even less informed than you. Can somebody tell me what's going on? Don't ask me, I'm even less informed than you.
There's no priest here today. Right, so this knothole.
There's a knothole about the size of a quarter in the wood paneling on that wall. The knothole.
I'm pretty sure it's the rod, but let me try the knife first.
Gabriel cannot see a way to use that on the knothole.
Oh, there are ways, dude. There are plenty of ways. Alright, is this it?
Something about this knothole looks familiar.
I do believe it is.
It's moving. I knew it.
It's a frigging elevator.
Ride's over.
The church has got to be in on this, surely. They've got to know that their frigging confessional booth is an elevator, that it's equipped for that purpose, surely. Right, is this the entrance?
I think I've got everything I need. Might as well see it through.
We can't go back, okay. The bug.
The signal device would be out in plain sight there.
Thinking under there.
The signal. Gabriel.
I don't need to track myself. All right, Mosley. There's your signal.
Gabriel wonders if Mosley will have everything he needs to follow the trail.
I need to drop the rod as well.
Gabriel puts the snake rod under the bench for Mosley.
Hopefully we don't need that again. Whoa.
The elevator stops at a room underneath the cathedral.
Express elevator to hell.
The elevator returns to the cathedral. Gabriel's stuck now.
Really? I can't just operate this?
The elevator has returned to the cathedral. Gabriel's stuck now.
Right, so I assume that means we don't need the rod moving forward. Otherwise, we would not have been able to throw it away there.
That's funny. This side of the elevator does not look like the entrance to a confessional.
I've played and completed this before, but I don't remember the final section looking anything like this.
Standing lamps made from heavy bronze help highlight the object d'art. The elevator opens out onto a small lobby-like room. Standing lamps. That door leads back to the outer ring.
Outer ring as in we're entering the outer ring? Are we in the inner ring right now? I can't imagine so. That looks like it's convex or whatever that word is.
The elevator opens out on that piece of art on the wall. Looks like something the Gettys had transplanted from Africa. Gabriel will not solve a thing by messing around with the Hounfour art.
You never know. Can I make notes on it?
Gabriel will not... What? Using that... The keypad has a button and a card slot.
Oh, so we need a card.
That door.
If we need a card, I might be screwed. I've got no memory of this. I'll need to cut the video shortly, but I'm just making a note of that symbol above the door. It's like a little vertical line. The thing sticking out and then something on the right hand side. I don't know what that's supposed to signify. Other than a lobby or elevator perhaps. I'm not seeing anything on the red pass and I'm not seeing anything in the negative space either. Similar to the snake mound, I just want to look around here first. Oh, that kind of freaked me out. Wow. I see, so that must be 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, Ricky ass. 6. So this is room 6. That leads us back out into the lobby area, similar to the way that room 6 was an entrance into the snake mound. It was originally labelled room 10 because the panels were out of order, but in this particular Hounfour, it is correctly labelled as room 6. Got a lot of rooms on the outer side. I assume I need to explore them all. That room looks scary. And what do we have on the inside here? So what's that? 5, 3, 1, 11, 9, 7. So every second room has something here. Don't go that way, Gabriel. That flicker. Wow. Do not adjust your set. That is actually flickering on mine. I assume there's exits to the left and right here. Yeah. This is the inner ring, which looks like it's got a table which might have been used recently. Holy shit. Jesus, that's actually terrible. Where is 7 and 5? I'll just go there, Gabriel. Thank you. And that's 11. Yeah, what I might do to finish this video is I'll bring up a little map that I've drawn here, just of this area, just to try and get my head around it. And then next time, we'll take a look at the Hounfour proper. I think the next video is going to be the last. Not 100% certain. Yep, okay. So the bottom exits lead me to 7 and 5 respectively. Alright, so I'm going to wait outside this door until the next video. Back soon.